You'll have your intel, I promise.
Abyss is Valorant's 11th map and has been released since patch 8.11 on June 11th. Together with Haven, it replaces Split and Breeze in the competitive map pool for episode 9. The map is pretty big and follows the usual map design consisting of 2 bomb sites with 3 main roads for the attackers, one leading straight to A, one to B and one right in the middle. The special feature can be concluded by its name. You can drop off the map anywhere, falling into the abyss and dying. There are several spots where you are in dire need of precise movement, for example danger on B or secret on A. Since you can fall into the abyss on this map, mobility is a precious tool to have in your kit. Agents who can bridge gaps like Jet or Omen, or those who have a get out of jail free card like Chamber or Yoru for sure have an advantage. On top of that, the map feels more labyrinthine than the latest additions to the pool, Sunset and Lotus. There are more narrow hallways and rooftops all over the place, especially in the mid area, which makes it harder to clear spots with pieces of utility such as Sova's Rack and Bolt. However, you do have long sightlines as well, for example in B main or in mid, so operator specialists like Chamber and Jet are good choices. On Abyss, controlling space by using smokes is not that easy. Neither on defense nor on attack, there are those 2 default smokes you always need to go for when you push or retake a bomb site. That said, even more smoke options wouldn't make this task easier, so in my opinion only one controller is needed here. This means that you can go either for double Initiator or double Duelist, which fits pretty good. Since there are lots of angles to clear, flashes feel very important on Abyss. Compared to other maps with only 2 bomb sites, Abyss is huge. In order to rotate quicker, you could opt for agents with extra speed or teleport abilities. Since some abilities are more limited in range than others, for instance in terms of smokes, take your time to think where you have to position yourself to help on each front. Because of the map's size, it is harder to get info by listening to footsteps of rotating enemies, which is why info gathering by Initiator agents is key in mid-round. On defense, Viper and Harbor are limited to hold 1 or at max 2 of the 3 pathways, because even their walls are too short for more. However, you can cut the big bomb sites in half on attack, so you eliminate lots of angles at once. Viper is still good in post plants, which might play a big role on Abyss. When defending, Clove and Brimstone need to play from mid to be able to help on both sides because of their limited smoke range, and even Omen could get into trouble with that issue when anchoring on one side. Astra's global presence gives her the edge in this category. Additionally, she can pull people off the map at certain spots. Omen is probably the best choice though. He can bridge gaps, rotate fast and sometimes even get out of miserable situations. Similar to Breeze, the size of the map Abyss is a huge problem for Killjoy. Her alarm bot and her turret only do their jobs while she is close by, and her ultimate lockdown gets pretty much useless in wider areas. The other obvious choice would be Cypher, but the question is if the map is lurker friendly enough to make him a valuable pick. His camp benefits from the long sidelines on mid and B, and the fact that there are no map borders allows for some unexpected utility usage. Sage and Chamber are decent picks too, because both are able to slow down straight up rushes pretty well. Perhaps Abyss is built to fit Deadlock's abilities best though. Some spots can only be reached by making noises, which will trigger her sonic sensor for sure. Barrier Mesh is a great way to block off even wider passages. As I've said before, flashes are very important on this map, which is why you should put at least one flashing Initiator into your composition. Skye might not be the best option though. She became a lot weaker when Riot nerfed Guiding Light. I don't see her Seekers be exceptionally powerful on a map of the scale of Abyss either. Gekko's big strength lies in wingman planting or defusing the spike. Ask yourself if this special makes him a necessary addition here. His capabilities in post-plant scenarios speak for themselves. However, Breach and KO should have the edge over Gekko on Abyss. Breach's flashes are the easiest to pull off, and Rolling Thunder can push people over the ledge. KO's suppression power might be big as well when turning off a Sentinel's utility, for example, and both of them are good choices in post-plants as well. Sova and Fade, as the revealing initiators, feel less needed and overall harder to make good use of. Sova's strength, helping your team from far away, is heavily limited by all those rooftops, while Fade is a bit more straightforward and could clear close angles easier with her prowlers. The ISO meta is not yet completely over, although Riot heavily nerfed his double tap. His shield and his ultimate kill contract might be valuable options too, especially against strong operator players. Neon and Yoru are superior in terms of fast rotations, and at least Yoru provides even more flashing potential. I don't see Phoenix or Reyna being particularly good here because of their lack of mobility. Raze will be solid as always, but Abyss will surely not become her favorite playground whatsoever because it is too wide overall. Again, Jet feels like the perfect choice because she can close gaps, play operator and escape falling into the pit. Her smoke dash combo creates new angles that can be very important. All in all, the ranked experience demands easy-to-use agents and is less teamplay dependent. That said, the double duelist approach with Jet and ISO might be the right way to go. Omen is strong and self-sufficient enough to fit in, while KO and Cypher could complete the squad. Premier or full stacked ranked is another story. You can rely more heavily on team play and go for less intuitive plays and more planned combos. Here the double Initiator comp feels better. You can even mix in a Deadlock instead of Cypher and go with Fade instead of ISO to let your Jet shine even more. Thank you for watching, and now have fun on the edges of the abyss.